traumatized. I just saw a woman twerking on the stage with her booty out with a baby. I don't know what they're trying to do.
I don't know. Like for me, and I guess I don't know, but I looking at like, we use the scale of beauty or standard of beauty, but I truly do believe that there is something attractive about people in general. Like just different, you could find something attractive in a person.
Everybody.
It was this girl when I was in college, and by, I guess, regular beauty standards, in the face, I wouldn't say that she was like a nine or whatever. She most people, if they just saw her, wouldn't, but it was something about the way that she carried herself. I mean, she was always put together. She walked with such a confidence. I mean, it was just something about her that made her very pretty to me. Like she was very attractive. So
I think she froze, but I agree with that. That is, you froze with your finger in your nose. It looked like it.
Am I
saying when you scratch your nose?
I was scratching my nose. It was just something about her, and she would pull dudes. Like dudes were trying to get at her.
But why were they trying to get at her? I think
it was because of the way she carried herself. It was even I noticed it as a female. Even I noticed it. It was just like, dang, and men, like guys were really attracted to her. She carried herself a certain way. She had a certain air about herself, and it made her attractive. So I do think that there are, when you are only looking at the physical aspect, you can easily be like, oh, that's a 3. That's a 4, stuff like that. But I think personality can also play a part in the way that you look. I mean, at least for me, maybe as a woman, I don't know if it's different for men, but when I look at like the boyfriends that I had, I had 3 boyfriends. Well, count my husband, he was my 3rd boyfriend. So if I was to line all 3 of them up, they look completely different, one from the other.
Yeah, but you're a woman.
and that's what I'm trying to say. So that, I guess that's what I'm trying to ask. For men, does that change I guess a scale for a woman is if, like, you see she's like a 4 or 5, but like the woman that I described, where she had this air about herself, she carried herself, great confidence, she had a figure, she wasn't, overweight or anything like that. Does that change her on the look scale?
Sometimes trying to ask yourself, will Trump hire me?
So the first thing I want to say,
he was on trial for not hiring somebody because of the way he looked. Y'all ain't seen that clip.
The first thing I want to say, just to answer your question, Ms. Taken, not on first glance. Your first glance is your first glance. What we first see is what we first see. If we see a 4, you are a 4. Now, if we could take the time to get to know you, that 4 can, like, those attributes you mentioned can change you from a 4 to us. Mm-hmm. Now, I just want to go back to these videos just real quick. I'm going to make 3 quick points and I'm going to shut up. You 3 ladies are beautiful. I just want to go on record and say that. That is point number 1. Point number 2, I don't know if this stat is right or not, but I'm seeing more and more of this 20% of men are having 65% of the kids. And this video showed that. The last point I want to make. You 3 women are beautiful. And I will clip my mic.
But there it is. That's maybe it, AP. If listen, you just solved the whole point. It's like the men are not having kids because the woman don't want to have kids with you.
There's nothing wrong with my swimmers,
if,
man.
If a woman, if we know women control the birth of a kid, right? It is safe to say that if she kept somebody else's kid, she got rid of yours, she just didn't want your kid. Oh my God,
you being petty now. You being petty now.
Oh. So I don't, as much as I want to agree with you, Shan, I think that some men are just more responsible and are just willing to deposit their seed where, like, anywhere and everywhere because she cute and wet. Like, I think some men are very selective about who gets to receive their seed. And I think that is great. That is responsible. We really don't need more children in this world who are growing up in a fatherless home. So to the men that are keeping their seed safe, please keep going.
Agree. Please keep doing it. But that goes to Inaz. They're also saying that a lot more people are like they're not having sex. So sometimes the seed can't
Shan, check the back chat.
Because there's no sex involved.
Yeah, she's saying if they not getting them, they can't have kids.
Yeah, so I can't remember the math on that, but there are less men not having sex and therefore not able to give kids than men having sex and choosing not to have children.
Yeah,
right.
I struggle with, like, I wish I could be one of them dudes who didn't have to raise their kids, because I would love to be like Genghis Khan and have as many babies as I possibly humanly could. But I just can't bring myself to not raise my kids. If I just didn't have this in me, I'd be, man, I have so many kids, but I gotta raise them. I can't do it no other way.
I'm with you, Marcus.
But
you have more options. You are 6'7", sir.
That's like I know it was forced, but my grandfather had like 100 and something kids, like 100 or 200 kids. Like, I was like, man, that lineage is crazy. If you look through that book, it's like 600 pages, and it's only a couple generations.
So think about it this way, though. Let's hypothetically speaking, we have a woman. She's about a 3 or 4. She finds it 8, 9 who's willing to sleep with her. Okay. Let's just look at Drake. And so look at how his baby mama, her life just changed because she got Drake, who obviously did not want a relationship with her. I can only imagine if he's talking about the hot sauce thing. Maybe that was her. I don't know. But look how life has changed. So imagine the world are looking at this situation like there's an opportunity. Meanwhile, they think they're too good for the men that they, should be with. What do y'all think?
That absolutely happened.
You said absolutely what?
Absolutely happened. I think that's what a lot of the men are upset about. And not only that, it increases the amount of men they slept with, which also aggravates the men in the space. Yeah, that's absolutely happening.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to have kids one day. That'd be nice.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, HD.
We'll see.
You got kids tomorrow if you want it. How many kids you want?
AD don't want. HD doesn't want the marriage. Are we?
It's not that I don't want the marriage. It's that the honesty and the truth of the matter is, if I'm gonna do this a second time, it's got to make sense. It's got to be a no-brainer. Like, I'm not going into a relationship anymore off of just how I feel anymore. Like, I'm going to think through and understand, like, what have I learned? Like, what do I need? What do I want? And the truth of the matter is, most men don't figure it out until you've either been with enough women or you've been hurt enough and you understand, like, yo, it's not always as sweet as what you think. which is why men seem to latch on to duty more so than feeling. Because honestly, at some point, he might not feel like wanting to do what he wants, what he should do for you, if he's not thinking about the duty portion of it. So, I think most men, well, I don't know about most, but I think a good large number of men, they take pride in being responsible for their family, taking care of their family. That's why a lot of brothers like AP or even me, I have no problem paying all the goddamn on bills. Just sit there and look cute. I don't care. Now, if you want to go out there and be great, that's cool and all, but it's like, and it's inherent in a lot of us brothers to want to just make sure that the woman that we have that we're responsible for is taken care of. And it just is what it is. But as far as like in confines of the conversation that we're just having, as far as beauty, listen, you can get a lot of a man if you look good enough. If you taking care of that body and you're looking good and you're smelling good and you talk to us nice, you get a lot. You can get a house. You can get a city. You can get kids. You can get basically whatever you want, depending on how good or how bad you look. But I do think it is very oh, there was a story about a girl. She was on the Kevin Samuels Let's Talk Guys channel. I can't remember his name, but there's a story that he was covering where this woman, she was a big girl her whole entire life, right? And she lost all this weight and she was married. So what happened was when she lost the weight, she became supposedly way more attractive, and then she decided to cheat on her husband. And then she went and basically everything just went just out of whack. The guy she cheated with didn't want to be with her like that, and then she left her marriage and left her relationship. Everything was fine. Then she lost weight, got a bunch of attention, and she ain't never experienced that kind of attention before. And then she just went buck wild and jacked up her whole entire life just because she lost weight.
I feel you
And
on that story, HD. Just I'm gonna let you finish. I just want to throw this out there. There's also a story where a dude left his wife because she lost weight. So I mean, there are, yeah,
There's
he
also
didn't
a
look the same
story of a dude
to him.
leaving his wife because he made money.
oh yeah, a lot of
Like,
guys
It's,
leave when they make money.
like this
They
is
be like,
it's crazy. These
that
folks is moving wild out
bounce.
here, bro.
yeah.
No, he the one I'm talking about, it was actually on the Lapeef Facebook page. Where she didn't look the same. He didn't marry. He wasn't attracted to thinner women, and she got healthy, and he divorced her. So I mean, this is wild, bro. Like people are funny. People are funny that way.